Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for an unforgettable exploration into the chilling depths of the criminal underworld. Today we embark on a riveting journey through the treacherous world of MS-13, better known as Mara Salvatrucha, focusing on the lives of the most feared assassins. But before we descend into this heart of darkness, let me ask you, what drives these deadly hitmen? How do they operate, and what secrets lie within their twisted minds? Stay tuned as we unravel the enigmatic tales of MS-13's deadliest killers. Are you ready to confront the unimaginable? Before we dive in, let's set the stage. MS-13, known as Mara Salvatrucha, is a transnational gang that originated in the 1980s in Los Angeles. It was formed by Salvadoran immigrants fleeing the civil war in El Salvador. Over the years, MS-13 has grown into a global criminal enterprise with branches in several countries. And now let's explore the shadowy world of MS-13's deadliest hitmen. To truly grasp the emergence of the MS-13's most lethal assassins, we must delve deeply into the factors that contribute to the recruitment and initiation into the gang. It's a realm where poverty, social exclusion, and a dearth of opportunities serve as fertile ground for the gang's recruitment endeavors. Let's uncover the disturbing truth of how vulnerable individuals are ensnared by MS-13's manipulative tactics. The process of becoming an MS-13 hitman involves a dark path teeming with violence and intimidation. The gang preys upon those who find themselves in dire circumstances. Often, these individuals hail from marginalized communities where they face limited access to education, employment prospects, and social support. This combination of impoverishment and hopelessness creates an environment in which MS-13 can readily exploit their vulnerability. The gang employs manipulation, coercion, and even threats to ensnare them. Many of these potential recruits yearn for a sense of belonging and protection that society has failed to provide. Once targeted for recruitment, individuals undergo a series of trials to demonstrate their loyalty, courage, and willingness to engage in violent acts. These trials often involve perpetrating acts of violence against rival gang members or even innocent bystanders. By compelling potential recruits to carry out such deeds, MS-13 effectively binds them to the gang through shared guilt and fear. It's crucial to acknowledge the psychological impact these trials have on the initiates. The initiation rituals and acts of violence serve to desensitize them, gradually eroding their empathy and conscience. As they progress further into the gang, they become more indoctrinated and accustomed to the realm of violence. Once initiated, these individuals enter a training and grooming process to mold them into the deadliest hitmen within MS-13. The gang provides them with access to firearms, training in combat techniques, and tactical knowledge. They are taught how to blend into their surroundings, strike with precision, and escape unnoticed. The gang also offers protection to its hitmen, ensuring they are shielded from rival gangs and law enforcement. This protection instills a sense of security within the gang and reinforces the loyalty of its members. Over time, these hitmen cultivate a reputation for their ruthlessness and readiness to carry out the most aberrant acts on behalf of MS-13. It's important to understand that MS-13's most lethal hitmen are products of their environment. While they bear responsibility for their actions, we must also address the systemic issues that enable gangs like MS-13 to thrive. By tackling the root causes such as poverty, lack of education, and social exclusion, we can strive to prevent vulnerable individuals from falling into the clutches of the gang in the first place. The emergence of MS-13's most deadly hitmen is a tragic manifestation of a society that neglects to provide equal opportunities and support to its most vulnerable members. It is crucial that we shed light on these underlying issues while concurrently working towards dismantling the structures that perpetuate gang violence. Now that we have a comprehension of the recruitment process, let's plunge into the daunting reality of a day in the existence of an MS-13 hitman. Prepare yourself as we delve into the shadowy and perilous world they inhabit. MS-13 assassins are involved in a broad range of criminal activities, serving as the enforcers and muscle for the gang. Drug trafficking constitutes a significant part of their operations, as they play a vital role in distributing narcotics and safeguarding drug territories. They also partake in extortion, targeting businesses and individuals for financial gain, utilizing fear and violence as their primary instruments. Contract assassinations are another somber facet of an MS-13 hitman's daily routine. They receive directives from higher-ranking members of the gang who dictate targets based on various factors, including rival gang associations, internal conflicts, or individuals deemed as threats to MS-13's influence. These hitmen are expected to execute these orders swiftly and efficiently. The life of an MS-13 hitman is characterized by incessant movement and adaptability. They are perpetually on the move, constantly evading law enforcement and rival gangs. They possess expertise in assimilating into their surroundings, making it arduous for authorities to track them. This capability to vanish into the societal fabric allows them to strike with lethal precision and maintain the element of surprise. Hitmen receive their instructions discreetly, typically through intermediaries within the gang. They operate within a strict hierarchy, with explicit lines of command and accountability. Failing to execute orders or demonstrate loyalty can result in severe repercussions, including internal penalties or even becoming targets within their own gang. It's noteworthy that the lifestyle of an MS-13 hitman is fraught with peril and ceaseless risk. The streets transform into the battleground, and each day carries the potential for violence and lethal encounters. The psychological toil of this lifestyle can be immense, as hitmen dwell in a perpetual state of vigilance and paranoia. It's crucial to comprehend that the impact of MS-13 hitmen extends well beyond their immediate victims. The reign of terror they impose fosters an atmosphere of fear and intimidation, leaving entire communities ensnared in a cycle of violence and suffering. Innocent lives are lost, families are torn apart, and the fabric of society is deeply scarred. The chilling reality of a day in the life of an MS-13 hitman serves as a stark reminder of the urgent need to combat organized crime and provide alternative paths for those susceptible to gang influence. In the next segment, we'll explore the repercussions and lasting impact that MS-13 hitmen leave in their wake. The actions of MS-13's most lethal assassins have devastating ramifications for the communities they operate in. Innocent lives are extinguished, families torn asunder, and fear envelops the streets. Let's delve into the impact these assassins have on society. The reign of terror imposed by MS-13 hitmen engenders an atmosphere of fear and instability. Many individuals find themselves ensnared in a cycle of violence with limited avenues for escape. It not only affects those directly involved, but also has a ripple effect on the wider community. Law enforcement agencies toil relentlessly to dismantle MS-13 and bring its assassins to justice. However, it's an arduous struggle, as the gang's international network and their ability to adapt and evolve make them a formidable adversary. Furthermore, it is imperative to address the underlying causes that contribute to the emergence of MS-13's most deadly assassins. Poverty, lack of education, and social exclusion often render individuals susceptible to gang recruitment. By investing in education, social programs, and economic opportunities, we can provide alternative paths for vulnerable individuals to tackle the root issues that fuel gang violence. Community engagement also plays a crucial role in challenging MS-13's influence. When communities unite against the gang, they send a potent message that they will not tolerate violence and intimidation. Empowering community members through education, awareness campaigns, and support networks can help break the grip of fear and establish safe spaces where individuals can seek assistance without fear of retaliation. The consequences and impact of MS-13's most deadly assassins are far-reaching, affecting individuals, families, and entire communities. By comprehending these repercussions and addressing the root causes, we can strive to create safer communities and foster opportunities for individuals to thrive. In the face of such violence and brutality, it's essential to shed light on those who are fighting back against MS-13. From law enforcement agencies to community organizations and individuals, many are working tirelessly to combat the influence and power of MS-13's deadliest hitmen. Let's explore some of the efforts being made. Law enforcement agencies at local, national, and international levels are working together to gather intelligence, conduct investigations, and apprehend MS-13 hitmen. They use specialized units, task forces, and cooperation with other countries to target the leadership and dismantle the gang's infrastructure. Additionally, community organizations play a crucial role in preventing gang recruitment and providing support to at-risk individuals. They focus on creating educational opportunities, vocational training, and mentoring programs to divert vulnerable youth away from the path of gang involvement. It's important to emphasize that fighting MS-13 goes beyond law enforcement efforts. It requires addressing the root causes that drive individuals into the gang, such as poverty, lack of education, and social exclusion. By providing resources and opportunities, we can offer alternative paths for those at risk of becoming hitmen. Furthermore, community engagement and cooperation are vital in challenging the fear and intimidation tactics employed by MS-13. When communities unite against the gang, it becomes harder for them to operate and find safe havens. The fight against MS-13 and its deadliest hitmen is an ongoing battle that requires collaboration between law enforcement agencies, community organizations, and individuals. By combining efforts, addressing root causes, and promoting community unity, we can work together towards creating safer neighborhoods and offering a brighter future for those at risk. Behind the violence and notoriety, it's crucial to remember that MS-13 hitmen were not born as ruthless killers. Each one has a unique story, and understanding their journeys can shed light on the complexities of their lives. Many individuals who join MS-13 as hitmen came from broken homes, neighborhoods plagued by violence and a lack of opportunities. They may have experienced trauma, neglect, or abuse, which makes them vulnerable to the allure of belonging and protection that gangs offer. It's important to emphasize that while we seek to understand the context, it in no way justifies or condones their actions. However, by examining the factors that contribute to their involvement, we can work towards preventing others from following the same path. As we conclude our exploration of MS-13's deadliest hitmen, it's crucial and critical to remember the human cost of their actions. The stories of victims and communities affected remind us why it's essential to combat the influence of organized crime. By addressing the root causes, implementing effective law enforcement strategies, and providing opportunities for at-risk individuals, we can diminish the power of MS-13 and work towards safer communities. Thank you for joining us today on this intense journey into the world of MS-13's deadliest hitmen. Let's continue the conversation and work together to create a future where vulnerable individuals are not lured into a life of violence and where communities can thrive without the shadow of fear.